right, welcome back to Great Horn Builds. I'm Driftwood. Today we're going to be diving into the custom post fence build. We've taken a little break, and sometimes you just got to take a break, do your best when you can, and achieve what you can when you do. So we haven't been posting many videos about that lately, and I apologize. But we have been making progress behind the scenes, as you will see. We're going to go over some of the newest developments as we start to put up the fence with the custom fence posts, so you can take a look for yourself. So that was a quick walkthrough of the shop. You got a chance to see some of the sections cut down, the square tube cut down, the C-channel cut down. I don't think you saw the flat stock like on the base here cut down. You got to see the weld pipe before and after. So the weld pipe, which was actually 32-foot length, was cut down into 2 10s and an 11, and there is a reason for that. And I'll get into that at the end video when all the fence is up and everything is said and done, but it has to do with the depth on the step down, because this is a step down fence over 420 feet of fence. So a little bit of the process: the pipe comes in, everything's cut down, and then I've got to go in and grind off all of that rust, and then go in and grind off individual 8-inch to 10-inch sections of galvanized material coating the weld pipe. Now, the reason you want to get the galvanized off is for two things. Number one, it's extremely nasty and toxic to weld, and if you've ever had a metal headache, they suck. I've managed to avoid them, and I don't want one, but I've heard they're terrible. The other reason is they're really hard to weld, and when you're running 7018, E7018 at 105, and moving slow running dimes, well, you want to make sure you have a nice clean surface. So we grind all of that off, and each post has 4 of these brackets, and I actually brought one in to show you exactly what these look like up close and personal. So you can see here that we've got our 1/8-inch flat stock, 6 inches. That's 1.5 inch wide. We've also got our C-channel. That's 1/8 inch thick by 1.5 inch wide. And we've got our tube stock, square tube stock, once again, 1/8 inch. Only 1 inch wide on this because we needed it obviously to fit inside here. And this supports that weight and structure. Now, each joint on this custom fab bracket is welded together with 7018 at 105. That's right, using all the correct angles. So we're running dimes here. I know the camera doesn't show it very well. I'm sorry. I will be getting a new camera for recording. But each one has a full 1.5 inch weld with, and you can see here it's got, let's see if I can get that angle right. Probably better on that side, but there you go. You can see it's got good dig, right? And it's a nice straight bead of little dimes. All right, and then the entire inside and perimeter going around the C-channel on the inside is completely welded. So there's 2 full welds, another weld here, here, and here. Typically I'd run it all the way around, but this one I actually ran 3 individual ones. It was really cold, so things were sticking a little bit. I had to come back and heat it up with a propane torch because I welded this one. It was 30 degrees out, and you want to make sure to get a good stick that your metal is close to the temperature. So each one of these actually has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7 welds. This thing is strong. And I know that because I actually took one of these and I beat it with a 30-pound sledge, and I couldn't come close to breaking it after 10 full swings. Didn't even break it off. So this isn't going anywhere. And then this is actually attached to the weld pipe where all of the galvanized material and all of that rust has been removed, with a bead at the top, a bead at the bottom, and then a large nickel-sized weld right at this joint, another nickel-sized, actually no, dime-sized weld here, and a dime-sized weld at the bottom. So this is attached to the reuse weld pipe that's been stripped down with 1.5-inch bead, second 1.5-inch bead, and then 6 beads around the side, 2 nickels and 4 dimes. This is not going anywhere. These posts are extremely tough and sturdy and extremely overbuilt. All right, fence is not coming down. And then on top of that, each one has a 3/8-inch hole, 3 of them, to attach the top fence board and the bottom fence board. So the fence board sits against the pipe like so. This, my arm would be the pipe, and then the screws come up underneath into the 2x4 that sits tall way, this, and then the boards go on either side, as you'll see in just a minute. But just breaking down some of the work and how things are done, how the process went, what it looks like, what type of welds I used, what type of electrodes I used, what the amperage is, in case you think about doing this project for yourself. Now you know. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at what the finished product actually is going to look like as it's going up, because over this last week, we actually got a chance to put up a few posts and slap up some board. So let's go ahead and take a look.
All right, this is the fence. So you can see if you look at the brackets up close and how they're assembled, just like that. What do you guys think? Is that going to be solid or what? Boom. That's pretty awesome, right? Yep, and those boards come. You got a 1-foot drop every 20 feet. Over 420 feet, there was 20 feet of drop. So that's what we got. What do you guys think? Is that pretty nice? I think it's pretty nice. And every single one of those holes is about 3.5 to 4 feet deep. So that's pretty beast. All right. We got our first 3 big full sections, well, 6 sections, but the first 3 drops up. Look at that. Man, that looks pretty good if I do say so myself. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Great Horn Builds. This is Driftwood, and this is the custom fab fence. Going slow and steady-ish. But it looks good. So that's what matters, usually. And it's snowing. Crazy, right? Alright. Don't forget to subscribe and like. Driftwood here, Great Horn Builds. Talk to you soon.